Try before we die, everybody. It is season 4. Season 4. Thanks for dressing up.
I try once in a while.
Welcome back, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
You want to do another season?
I'm in for another season.
I'm in for another season too. Hey, do you know what this is?
It's a tartan.
Which one?
McLeod.
Royal
Brackla.
Stuart.
Oh,
This
Stuart.
is the tartan that anybody can wear if you don't have a clan. Are you a little envious?
No, not really. I'm English.
Come on, are you a little
No,
envious?
I'm English. Why would I be envious?
I got
of
you
it?
something
Oh, Lord.
to celebrate season 4.
Am I going to be your caddy?
All right. Season 4, try before we die, everybody. Mal, you're a good sport. Let's see what we're drinking, and then we'll tell you what we're thinking. Nothing's changed. Random numbers, hundreds of bottles of whiskey.
Honest opinions.
Honest opinions. Let's get after it. That's a nice lid.
Thank you. Just keep my head warm. It's nice. Ooh.
200. That brings us to, I think, the smart gun. But we'll get over there. We'll do the math. We'll see everybody around the corner. Bottle number 200. Here we go.
I feel like the guy on Caddyshack.
Try before we die with a bearded man and a British guy.
Well, the math tells us that over there we're at 198, so that puts us 2 up here. So we're going to grab this Tomatin Legacy, this Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. What we have here is the old label of Tomatin, not available anymore. The new release of this, I believe, is the Dulchas. Something that I think I know about Tomatin as well is that the name has something to do with the juniper tree or the juniper bush. I'm going to look into that while we're back at the bar. But the Tomatin single malt Scotch whiskey, the Legacy. We'll see everybody back at the bar. Did you hear, Mal?
Yeah, I did hear.
Tomatin.
I like the tomatins.
I do too. The Legacy. So my understanding is this particular bottle is the old Dulchas. And I think we've had a Dulchas, but again, this wouldn't be the exact same liquid. It would just sort of be the same recipe, the same process. But the grains, the barleys, they change over time. The yeast strains, evolve. So I'm excited to try this. You can't get this particular bottling anymore, this label. This is the old Tomatin labeling.
How old is that bottle?
Well, it's been here, I would say, 5 or 6 years. Let's see what we got. Anything giving us any information about purchase date? Nothing.
All right.
All right, we're going to get it opened, and we'll talk a little bit more.
Add some life to it.
There's your pour.
Some things haven't changed from season to season. Oh, look at you.
It's a season opener. The season opener. All right, while we get these covered up, will you put your lid on? Aroma of vanilla, marshmallow, sponge cake, fresh pineapple mixed with citrus lemon and boiled sweets. On the palate, light and delicate with candy sweetness, which is peppered with hints of pine, lemon sherbet, pineapple, and crunchy green apples. Finish, clean, light, and refreshing. Well, my goodness, that sounds nice.
Again, we've hit like another one of these like marshmallow, when they bring this this flavor into it. It's gonna be interesting.
And I really like the idea of green apples and pineapple, right? So I was saying over there when I pulled the bottle, something juniper. Tomatin means something juniper. Well, our crack research team has let me know I was right. Hill of juniper is what Tomatin means. So that's just excellent. And so thanks again to the research team on set here. Yeah. While we let this just breathe for a second, and we won't spend too much time on this, do you have a favorite memory of the first 3 seasons anywhere in there? And we're going to move on quickly.
Has to be the...
Are you going to say the name of a whiskey? I'm just asking a question.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I have to say it has to be the change in the set.
Oh.
It's been impressive to watch how it's been grown. It's organic.
The evolution.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I asked if you were going to say a whiskey, I agree. It's been very nice to see lighting, sound, the consultants we've brought in to help us. If you were going to say a whiskey, I was going to say on 3, and I was going to say 1, 2, 3, Grand Cru. Just meaning that experience of finding that was the bottle number and the I really enjoyed that.
We've had some couple good. That's why I didn't want to pick one bottle. Yeah. I was like, we've had too many good ones.
I think we got a book. You want to just tell us a little bit about Tomatin, and we'll move on and we'll talk about the color.
Wow. So it's the first Scottish distillery wholly owned by a Japanese company.
Right, so the Japanese spent a lot of time in Scotland learning the process, and they appreciate the effort that goes into it. Having been to Japan, they're really into the art side of things, and so they brought single malt whiskey back to Japan, and there are a number of single malts in Japan.
Established in 1897, but saw its great years of expansion during the 50s and the 70s. During this period, it became the biggest malt distillery in Scotland. Wow.
The things you learn.
As a large distillery, Tomatin produced a broad-shouldered malt as a filler for countless blends during the boom years.
The Hill of Juniper, Tomatin, entirely owned by a Japanese, but been around for quite some time. And at one point it was the biggest what?
Where are we going? Biggest malt distillery in Scotland.
Biggest malt distillery in Scotland.
And it has a house style of malty, spicy, rich, restorative, or after dinner.
All right, but it sounds like we're having something different today.
And I don't believe I saw that, everybody.
Yeah, no.
See it? No.
All right, well, let's just talk a little bit about what we see here for color. I really I'm going to immediately go to a classic term and go with a light gold.
Yep. I could bring straw into that as well.
Yep. And it could be like bordering on, very light medium gold. It could be right in that transitional to medium, but I'm going to stay with light gold on the color.
Yep, no, yep. I can't argue with that.
Yep. And I appreciate that idea of straw as well. The Tomatin, the Legacy. This is a no age statement. It's coming in at 43%. Yeah. Again, with the, please be responsible stuff on the back. All right, aroma. They're asking us to look for vanilla, marshmallow, sponge cake, fresh pineapple, citrus lemon, and boiled sweets. Let's see what it smells like, Mal. I feel like I get that citrus lemon right off the bat.
For me, it's the boiled sweets.
You get it?
And maybe it's because you think of the halls, that type of heavy smell. Now it's mellowed out a little bit. I pick up that citrus.
Right. It's light though, right? Is
it
really lightening up? It's very fresh.
And I don't know. And I'm going to throw this out here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it's the first show, and I'm trying to show off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But you almost pull some of the apple already.
The green apple?
The green apple. Before we even taste it.
Yeah. I picked that up.
But it's amazing how it just all sort of blended back into itself. Yeah. Now I'm having a hard time picking out certain notes, but I have this really fragrant.
Springtime. If we were picking a season, this whiskey is springtime. On the nose.
It does have a very pleasant smell.
I just happened to see the back of the bottle again. Sponge cake, right?
You know, If you keep it away from your nose, you don't take a hefty.
Yeah.
It got almost. You have that. Like you get the smell of a pound cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just keep it away, you don't just draw it into your nose.
Yeah. There's a lot
It's like an
happening
aroma.
here on the nose.
But it is very
Right.
pleasant.
Not medicinal.
No.
Nothing earthy.
No.
No smoke.
No.
Yeah. No maritime flavors.
No.
Yep. All right. Well, let's have a taste. I feel like I taste that cake, that pound cake.
That is a very interesting drink.
That sponge cake really just seems to be, it's not like slamming into you, but it's just present.
Now this is a very smooth,
Very smooth.
very subdued in your tastes. It's not like it just is there. You can pick things up. I've got some of that apple.
Yeah.
I've got some of that sponge cake. I got some spiciness maybe at the end of it.
I just got some pineapple. Just now squeezing it out of my tongue.
Yeah, if you roll it back and forth in the middle of your tongue.
It's a nice drink. Not oily,
No.
right? No viscosity. Not a lot of mouth feel, as you know, folks will talk about, and that's that real oily presence
Which
that you'll
develops.
get in an Abelard or a
Yep.
Bunut or something like that. This is a much more calmer whiskey. The complexity, I feel like it's landing more on the nose than the palate. The palate sort of seems to be just a few distinct things,
Yep.
whereas the nose brought us
The nose has
several
yes.
things going on. It's kind of nice.
Now, did you notice that it was slightly cooling when you drank it?
Now that you say it was very easy.
Like
Right.
it felt like it was just like cooling my. Like I was like, did I put ice in this thing? Oh,
Oh.
then I thought I was like, has this been in a cold room? And it hasn't been in a cold room,
Yeah.
but I can. It feels like
Yeah.
this is like cooling.
Yeah, I'd say it's been spending a lot of time in about 60 degrees. Yeah.
No, but it's a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
because I got this.
It's
something to
refreshing.
It is. It is actually. That's a good
Did
point.
they use the word refreshing? Clean, light, and refreshing.
Maybe we do know what we're talking about. What's in the blue moon?
Gonna send a prospectus over to some distilleries and look for some employment.
But easy going.
Yeah.
I call this like a pretty drink. That's the way I'd put this one.
This would be a nice introduction for somebody to
Yes.
really not be what they expected in a
Yeah, and I can
a
definitely
single
see this being after dinner.
malt. Oh yeah, it's light.
You know.
Summertime,
Yep.
camping.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah, I would have this on the river fishing.
You'd have that anywhere.
Yeah, this is easy drinking. But it's got some complexity, especially on the nose. It's not super intense. It is very tasty.
Yep.
I'm glad that it's bottled out of 43, not a 40.
Yeah, no, I
Right.
think that actually gave it some legs.
Absolutely, and I'll just point out one thing that I really like about this is I really do like this old style Tomatin labeling.
Pity we didn't have a dual bottle with it.
Right, we could have brought one out, but we didn't. But I really like the transition, especially in the Legacy, from the black to the silver.
Yep.
I really like that. It's got a little bit of class.
Distinct.
Yeah. A little sophistication.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit like you. With you.
Yeah, well, we dressed up for the season
Yeah.
4. Season 4. Been doing this a
I
while.
love this hat.
That's a nice hat. All right. Well, there's the Tomatin Legacy. If you can come across a bottle, it doesn't break the bank, and we're giving it a thumbs up, at least here at the bar. So let's see what the crew has prepared for us. Oh, look at those guys.
They're right on it. They must be bucking for a raise.
Yeah. All right. Out with the old, in with the new. Cheers to the future and all that we do.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look forward to pull a bottle of Duchas, and I know we have an open one over there, just to sort of do a side by side, and maybe we'll do a special episode or something about it. But this, the one thing I didn't find was the marshmallow, and I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, all right.
But I really like the apple. I love finding pineapple in whiskey because it just seems so foreign. Marshmallow seems less foreign
Correct.
because of the char on the marshmallow, right?
Yes.
And the char on the cask. But finding that pineapple, finding that sponge cake, finding that green apple, crisp and refreshing.
Crisp. That's actually a great way of putting it. It was
Yeah.
crisp and refreshing, and what was great about it was just very easygoing.
Yeah.
You didn't have to look for it.
Yeah, no, if people come over here to the bar and they're uncertain, without hesitation would pour them a glass of this.
I would be right there with you.